Welcome to the Average Dad Cast. Today we are going to be building a tree base. We're going to be putting up a platform, mounting it one end to the tree, and then we're going to have it coming down with stabilizing 4x4s to make the front hold. So let's get ready. Get some lumber. I got some old lumber that's been laying around from a project that never really got done, so now we're gonna have some fun with this. Before we get going, we got to get her cut down to 8 foot because this is a 10-footer. So theory is we're going to try to set some baseboards down that we're going to be beginning the platform on, something that the tree will actually hold for us. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mount a screw in this basic board to put up here, and before everybody lights me on fire on condition of the tree, much better to anchor directly into the tree. The tree can grow around it. I've done a ton of research on this. It will be perfectly fine. You're not hurting the tree. I'm going to use large lag bolts, long, 1/2-inch lag bolts, and that's how I'm going to mount the board to the tree. But I'm going to do one on each side. That way we have our anchoring our base for the structure that is going to be going on top, and I'm going to have it go out roughly 16 foot because that's how long a couple of the boards are I got, so why not? And then I'm gonna use a couple 4x4s for the feet, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to use a screw. I'm going to see if I can't kind of pin it to the tree. That way I can get everything level, so I can get figured out exactly how I'm going to mount the other side as well. But we'll get started with that. Alright, so we got our first board up. Went ahead and drilled through, put the lag bolts in. Don't mind the sound of the motor that's going through and all that. That's just my kiddo on his four-wheeler. But yeah, so the lag bolts are set. Got them mounted in, and that board's level and stable. Got to make sure the thing's level. So we're just going to go around to the other side, do the same thing, and then we'll have our baseboards ready. So we're basically just going to do the same thing we did on the other side over here. Alright, so after we had a bit of a storage issue on the camera here, we're getting back to making it. I have done a couple things. Got a pulled hammy right now, and didn't do any real favors to my back because I'm getting old. But just wanted to show you a couple things that we did here. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of zoom in. A couple things that we did while I was away. But so we put some braces on each of the joists here to hold them up, hold them level, and in the long run, it'll help hold them stronger, especially to the base. So these braces, you really need to have some braces there. It holds everything together well. But we went ahead and put some braces on the joist, and we're going to be doing the joist hangers as well today. Hopefully I'm going to get a lot of this done today. But lifted the board in place, went ahead and tacked tack the structured 4x4 in so it would hold up the this side fascia board here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to finish out doing the 2x6s, and we're gonna go ahead and put the joist hangers in. Right now they're tacked in on the ends with 3-inch construction screws, and it holds them in place quite well. So we're gonna go ahead and get to laying down some joists, and then hopefully here at some point we're gonna put some flooring on this bad boy. All right, let's get to it. Now, fun little trick, and we'll see if this works out, but fun little trick. Took a joist hanger, hung it upside down so it's got a place to kind of hook onto the joist. Gonna find out how it goes. It's been a while. Now, with the joist hangers in on the end that is going to be held up by the tree, now we're going to start marking on the 16s, because we're doing them on 16 on center. We're going to start marking out on the 16s, and we're going to start hanging more joist hangers till we get all the way down to the end, and then we're going to drop our joist in and then move on to the next fun, good step here. But yep, next thing, let's get to marking them out, and we'll get some joist hangers. Alright, now we're going to hang some joists. Got most of the hangers in here, barring the last one. I'm doing this on my own, so I'm kind of playing with it a little bit, but yeah, we about got them. We're going to go ahead and start hanging in these joists. That much moist, because it's beginning to take its shape. Starting to feel a little bit better about it. It's been a long day. been a long few days. So, but it almost looks like something now. So that's the good part. And we got them all in. Got them pretty well structuralized. So we got them on 16s. Now I had to play with it a little bit because of the tree, right? Because the tree has a certain girth. So it's a large tree. So I'm gonna have to cut a couple pieces to fit in along the side, and I'll add a couple more straps to it to hold those up, or not straps, joist hangers, a couple more hangers to hold up the couple ends. But it's just going to be adding a couple little extra pieces there, and we got the fascia board to do as well. But I'm leaving the 4x for the moment to hold the mass, and I'll move them back in here in a minute. But yeah, so we're finally taking some shape, and hopefully before too long here we'll be starting to put a floor in, and it'll almost feel like it's real, right? I mean, at this point, alright, now we're going to tack them to the studs. Drop the screw. Alright, now we've got all of our joists, and they are all tacked up, and hangers are all on them, tacked into the hangers, tacked into the ends of the board. We've got them in there, and they are solid. They're not going anywhere. So the next part, we're probably going to go ahead and put on the front fascia board and get everything adjusted out. Make sure everything's level, because that's a big problem when you go to put on flooring. You go to put on the decking and stuff like that. If it's not level, then you're gonna have issues with getting the boards to come down. That, and once you're done, kind of hard to stand on it if it's not level. It's a little bit, just a tiny little bit off. It's not a big deal, but to get it the best you can, to last as long as you can, gotta have that bad boy level. So let's get to it. now we got our corner boards done, we got our fascia on. Pretty much the next thing is going to be putting in some deck boards. Now I'm gonna have to cut those off flush. So we'll put up railing afterward. Alright, so we got our baseboards put up, our decking boards, not all of them obviously, as you can see there's a couple left at the end, but weather didn't cooperate with us yesterday. But gonna put up a couple braces to help the structure be a little more stable. And then we're going to finish off the last couple pieces there, and then we'll start getting to all the fun stuff, doing all the little toys around, little ladders, and depending on what we're going to do. I'm still actually kind of figuring that out a little bit, but not sure which way I'm going to go. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with stairs, but that doesn't really matter a whole lot right now. We're going to go ahead and get some structural cross braces in to stabilize, and we'll go from there. So what we've done here, cut two boards here at 45 degree angles. Now 45, that's really where you need to be. If you cut it any less than that, then it's not really giving it any structural real integrity, or it's at least lowering it every time you go further and further down. So 45, that's the best point. That's where you need to be to give it the most structural holding power as you can. Alright, now that we got them tacked in, I'm a big believer in lags, so we're going to do some nice long lag bolts. And we're gonna tack the two struts together up near the top, and then we're gonna run a nice thick long lag up through the main 4x4 support. So now we're gonna stabilize the braces on the 4x4. Probably overkill. Possibly overkill on the size, but doesn't hurt anything to absolutely make sure, right? So we got 2 lags up top coming in from the inside, holding the 2 together and tightening them up. I got 2 lags coming from the outside up top to hold it to the structure itself, and it goes down and back through. And then from the point that I pinned those 2, went ahead and ran some heavy duty, I believe they're 1/2 inch? I think they're 1/2 inch, I believe is what I used, but used some beasts. Nice long 1/2 inch lags to run them up into the structural brace going to the actual to the 4x4s that are going to be holding up the very front of it. So really helps take away from the sway that you'll kind of get, the movement that you get from side to side. Just ties everything together. We're going to go ahead and grab the last couple boards here, and we're going to put them up top, and I think we might cash this one in, and then when we get to doing more of the fun stuff, the extra little add-ons, the stairs, and show you, we got some ideas for it, but when we go to do that kind of stuff, we'll do that in another part. Alright, so now that we're done, we've got our basic structure down, we've got our flooring on, the decking, we've got everything solid up. We're going to go ahead and end this part. The next part will be coming back. I've got some stairs that I'm going to build in. I'm actually going to have them come up through. There's a few other little fun things that we're going to do with it, but yeah, for this part, we've got our basic structure in. Next, we'll be doing the railing and stairs and all that good stuff. But if you like what you saw, go ahead and like down there, subscribe if you want to see some more. Probably going to do some more other videos, so keep with us, and you'll see some fun stuff that we're going to be doing coming up. Mother fuck. Alright, welcome to Average Dad. Today, I'll be your daddy. So bad.